First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son. Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Rakag Wadash, and double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down, and Yahweh Bashim Shai Brakatham to all of you sincere believers, those that are forwarding this truth, you brothers out there of the hopeful elect, as well as we believe that we are. And so I want to get into this insanity real quick, and then, of course, touch on other things as usual. And as you can see, new EU proposal will allow children to choose their gender at any age, and children are foolish from the beginning, right? Children will say anything and do anything because they're ignorant. So what Esau would like to have is if your child wants to be something other than what it's not. If you have a boy and your son says, oh yeah, I would like to know what it's like to be like a girl. I mean, he doesn't really mean what he's saying right there, because for one, he's not under the age of judgment as the scriptures will convey. All right, that's when you become a man, and when you say things and you mean things, you're able to make judgment on that. And then also, if your judgment is wrong on what you're doing, then there's going to be a recompense to that. All right. But children, again, don't hardly know anything because they're just being born and they're not fully developed. All right. So this is just playing into Esau's insanity, because what he wants to do is he wants to rearrange things and redefine, put a spin on creation. So anyway, let's read a little bit of this article over here. Children would be able to choose their own gender at any age without the need for doctors and with no red tape under controversial EU proposals. According to a new document published last week, European Union countries should work to remove any limit on gender-confused children identifying as the opposite sex. It says that governments that enforce age limits could be punished. In the European Courts of Justice, the European Commission made the recommendation in its Union of Equality LGBTIQ Quality Strategy 26 to 2030 document, in which I have the document right over here, which I clicked. And these are the strategic objectives, of course. First is to protect, right? Ensuring safety and tackling hate against LGBTIQ people. Encountering hate and discrimination online, ensuring protection for LGBTIQ applicants for international protection and migrants. And of course, this would be number one, the first strategic plans, because even yet and still people don't really agree. Although people, I would say, have somewhat of an open mind, but a lot of people still find it taboo that you could just be of a different sort other than what you was created into being. And that whole lifestyle, which is very dangerous, which the doctors would tell you, that lifestyle is very, very risky. I remember a while back ago, I did a video on that, man, talking about the repercussions of that lifestyle, which can lead to you having hepatitis. I think it's like you got 3 hepatitis. You got hepatitis A, B, and C, I think. You know, which is responsible for the destruction of one's liver, I believe. If I'm correct, I'm gonna have to go back into that to see if that's so, but it has something to do with that. Yeah, so this is what they're pushing, man. Esau is on that path of insanity and perversion of what is. And this devil can't help himself. Again, this is just Esau being who he is. He can't Like, we could never really understand why this man is the way that he is. The only thing that we could really say is to make sense of it is the fact that this man has been made to just do the wrong thing. And the only thing that he could do if you follow this man is that he's going to lead you down that same path. The path that he's going to go to, he's going to lead you down there. And that's where he wants to take the world. He wants to take the world down where he's going. You know? Especially your children. Because he can't take you with him because you ain't really going to agree with him 100% because your frontal lobe is developed. So he wants to get your kids instead who ain't developed. Proverbs 15 and verse 9. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord Yahweh, but he loveth him that followeth after righteousness. There you go. So the wicked is an abomination. Why? Because for one, as this reads, the fool, Psalms 14 and 1, the fool have said in his heart, there is no power, and they are corrupt, and they have done abominable works. I got the word abomination in my head. And there is none that doeth good. Absolutely. Because if you can say, I don't believe in God, and that there is no God, then that means there's room for everything. Like, there's no kind of boundaries of evil, of wickedness that these devils can do. You know, all kind of practices can be done, and the changing of life could be done also, because even to include, we can even throw our hands in there and say that, look, we're God. And what's funny is the fact that I'm just talking like this is that in real life, these devils really believe that they are the gods, that they can literally change their destiny. You know, this is how they actually view themselves. They have a God complex, you know, and they can't help themselves, man. And the word abomination ties into the word perversion, as I've said, which the word pervert means to turn away. The word per, which means away, and the word verter, which means to turn. That's what this man is about. He's about turning you away from what is the usual, what is right, to that which is wrong. That's what this whole society is based off of, man. It's all based off of witchcraft. You going against the nature of things. That's why Esau uses mainstream media to do just that, to turn you into a Satanist. All right? To have you believe in nonsense and to practice nonsense, to destroy yourselves. And while you destroyed yourself, guess what? He can make bank of your own destruction. Like Big Pharma. In the States, you got Americans paying top dollar that they can't really afford for medication. And the medical industry, such as Big Pharma, is getting a load of cash. And they're just making money. All right. So this is Proverbs 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. And you know it too. You get sick for these silly practices that Esau has persuaded you to do. Then you know what? Hey, man. As Tommy Sotomayor, as I remember him saying, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And it's true. So you can't take care of yourself, and because you wanna act on foolishness, then you know what? You get what you deserve. Anyway, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Absolutely. That's the only thing that Esau wants you to do. He wants you to be seduced by his own magic, by his own way. Because you have undisciplined ass children, man, that have all of this responsibility, and they're just going rogue with it. The EU proposal will allow children to choose their own gender at any age. This is wild. This is crazy. Right when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it just did. And this just goes to show you too another thing. This is another indicator showing you that we got to be in the end. This man cannot continue for another 5 years. Listen, I see that as an impossibility. All right. So the word seducive is the word ta'awar, which means to err, wonder, go astray, to stagger, to err, of intoxication, of sin, wandering of the mind, to be made to wonder about, be made to stagger, drunken, to be led astray. And Esau can have you believe in false philosophy. Christianity is a false philosophy. And this is something that Vocab alone has been pushing for a while. He wants us back in the Christian church. So if we're back in the Christian church, that means we can be subjugated under this ideology such as white supremacy. All right. And that's all Esau can really do. Esau can't make anything or you better or anybody better. He makes the worst out of everything. That's his MO, his mode of operandi. That's how you say it. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, as this reads, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sore destruction. So now what you got in California is all hell has been breaking loose. Just now, this has just now been being reported. And of course you got Dabu 7 speaking about this here. Fox News has reported it too. So we'll have to wait and see what all of this is going to lead to. So without further ado, let me play this video here, so you brothers can check it out.
We know about Portland, Chicago, and Memphis has made the list as well. But now LA County declaring a state of emergency over the ICE raids. This is really where it all began outside of DC. Trump sent in National Guard troops and Marines, and then a federal judge said that he broke the Posse Comitatus Act in doing so. They were pulled out of that area, but then more strike teams sent in, and these ICE raids continuing throughout the area. They're now saying that people that are behind in rent because of these enforcement actions, that they've got this program that people can get in, but some others are very ticked off because they're saying they're using taxpayer-funded money to do this. In some instances, illegal still getting protection housed with this money is what others are saying. And state of emergency declared there in LA County, and it gets spread to any other area around there. We've seen with Memphis, they sent strike teams into Memphis, but it's not just Memphis that they're looking at. They're looking at across the state line into Mississippi as well, where the sheriff said he's going to stand for the people. Okay? The sheriff just came out up in Portland and said the same thing, that they're going to stand for the people, and that if strike teams come there, then their people, their National Guard, are going to be used against those strike teams. That's right. That's because they're using their National Guard first. If you allow Trump, the feds, to come in and snatch up your boys and girls and send them off to do whatever, then they're doing whatever that they order them to do. If the state steps up and uses them first, then you've got first dibs. And you can order them to do what you want them to do, which is how it's supposed to work anyway. I mean, none of the troops should be using any of their duties to arrest people or anything like that per Posse Comitatus, but they're circumventing that. Now we shift over to places like Boston, where all hell has broke loose. They're calling this a premeditated attack. This shows that it was highly organized. Over 100 people unleashing chaos in the Boston streets, torching a police cruiser, hitting the officers with fireworks, cutting all of these felonies here. And it's like a riot-like assault. I can't see how Trump doesn't respond to this by saying, oh, we're going to send troops in there. It's too chaotic.
He might just respond to the lastminute.com. He'll just wait until it gets really wild, out of scale wild, I'm talking. And then he'll probably send the military down there to go handle it. But we'll have to wait and see how far this is going to go and what changes will this bring. As well as we are looking forward to the ending of the civilization, man. Let's see it from Fox News now. I want to play this to see, as well as we all can see together. God, dog, man. It's all going down.
Boston cops under attack when a street takeover descends into chaos. At one point, agitators shoot fireworks at a squad car, causing it to burst into flames. Look at that, with an officer trapped inside. Now, as the crowd continued to wreak havoc, two suspects, an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old, were arrested and charged with assaulting a police officer.
Man.
Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kaylee McEnany here with my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Emily Compagno. Also joining us, Molly Hemingway, Fox News contributor, and joining us on the couch for the first time.
That's a big smile, man.
Co-host of the Ruthless podcast. Welcome. Well, the president of the Boston Police Union says his officers were always targets.
Mm-hmm.
It has happened the last couple of years on a single incident or maybe a couple of incidents through the summer where it used to be drag racers would come in. They'd come in 1, 2, 3 in the morning, separate communities, spin the tires, make a bunch of smoke, and then go on their way. And we would monitor them, rightfully so. But what happened last weekend got out of control. It went through 4 different communities, ended up here at a couple of locations in Boston, and each location that they went to in this past incident, it appears as though they got more aggressive. And when they ended up in the downtown South End section of Boston, that pretty much, in our opinion, looked premeditated. They knew what they were going to do, and they were hell-bent on attacking police officers.
Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey pledged to put an end to this dangerous trend.
Anyone who engages in that conduct will be found and will be held accountable to the furthest extent of the law. I just want to be really clear.
And mind you, they already know that this was going to happen. They already knew that this protesting thing, this ICE stuff, was going to be led into causing the chaos that it's causing now. So all of this, oh yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. I mean, come on. We know it's been pre-planned here. And I say we, those that our eyes are open. This is all foolishness, man. But at the same time, we got to want this foolishness to happen, because maybe throughout this foolishness, we may end up seeing the mandatory chip coming into fruition. And that's really what we're looking for. All right. That's the main thing. So let them keep on going with this, man.
A modicum of control and influence over the outcome, so they don't sit there and say, my hands are tied, they're juvenile, so we're going to put them through family court, they'll be out in 2 seconds. Look, what I see here is a pattern that's very frightening, and to me it's reflective of the prior.
She's kind of cute, man, but she's out of order. Anyway, with that, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakah Quadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And with that, we will close. Shalom.